Hi guys, it's the Heart Pirates TCG here. A couple days ago, I scheduled a video to come out today, and this video is going to come out tomorrow, about why the science behind Red's dominance and why it's so good. And that was right before I played in the Treasure Cup, the Magic Cardica. I played Croc, didn't do so well. All the games are really close though. So imagine my surprise when I look at Eggman's website, and I'll pin to it right now, or pan to it right now. But I look at Eggman's website, eggmanevents.com, and I see the top 32 deck list. 28 of the 32 deck lists are red colors. So the ban list didn't work at all. I'm gonna make another video about this, about like what to do. I mean, because at this point I don't even know. But let's break down the top 32 deck list here. So we'll start off with our very own Cross AI. Let me move my camera a little bit. Boom, there we go. So Cross AI, this is his second win. Congratulations to him. I met him at the Gen Con event too. He was a nice guy. So he plays 3 Otama, 4 Makino, 4 Izo, 3 Film Gordon, which I stand by is fantastic. It's great at getting rid of threats, especially like cards like Thatch or something like that. Just make it a 5k, it's much easier to beat over. 4 Buggy, so he's playing a lot of searchers here. So he's playing the Buggy and the Izo. He's not playing any Namis, right? Yeah, no Namis in this list actually. So 4 Buggy, 4 Izo, 4 Dodon, and then he's playing my homeboy right here. Why can't I click on him? I can't click on this guy for some reason. Full screen. Where is he at? Okay, I'm sorry. I can't click on him. But this guy, what he does is with the Dawn attached to him, he can, when attacking, he Dawn minuses, or not, I'm sorry, not Dawn minuses. He minuses 2,000 power to a character on the field. So it's good into Law, it's good into Newgate, things like that. And then he's playing 4 Jozu, I believe. Yep, or 3 Jozu. 1 blocker Marco, 4 regular 5 cost Marco, 2 Luffy, 1 Newgate, and then he's playing a whole slew of events here. I agree with the 2 Fiery Doll. I play 2 in my list as well, my Luffy list. But 1 Rad Beam, 2 Whitebeard Pirates, 4 Guard Point, 1 Jambe, 2 Fiery Doll, 3 Fire Fist, and 2 Jet Pistol. So this is a very, very, very fast and controlling deck. So the Blamios or Blemenkos, however you pronounce it, is just another option along with Gordon and Otama to minus powers of characters and put them in range of Jet Pistol and Fire Fist and all of that. And you know, even if you don't have those, you can swing over them with your boosted attacks with your 1 cost. So I think this is a phenomenal deck list. I haven't seen any run this version of it before, so shout out to him for being innovative with this. I think it's really good. Whitebeard Pirates, for those of you guys who don't know, is just like one of the best cards in the deck, because if you get it off trigger, you have the chance of either keeping it in hand as discard fodder for both the Marcos, or you can just trigger it and search for one of the Marcos, or you can search it off of, if you don't get anything off Izo and you find Whitebeard Pirates, you can play Whitebeard Pirates and either find another Izo, or you can find the Marco that you're looking for. It's like an infinite cycle. It's like so good. 2 is the perfect amount, or perfect number in my opinion. And we're only going to look at one of each of the deck lists for each of the decks, because it's just, I'm not going to go over all 32. But 4 Otama for the, so this is, I believe, 2nd or 3rd place. What is this right here? Let me check. This is 2nd place. Philip Lai. I think that's how you say his name. Playing Newgate. He's got 4 Otama, 4 Makino, 4 Nami, Izo, 3 Fasa. Pretty much the standard list, guys. He's playing the Speed Jills instead of the Atmos, is the tech, right? And then he's playing 2 Red Hawk, which some people were cutting, some people were only playing 1. So technically, I mean, he's not playing any Marcos, and he's playing 4 Zoros, so he's playing a little bit of a faster version of it. But I mean, for the most part, it plays exactly how you would want to play it. Slightly less events than you normally are playing though in some versions, but that is 2nd place. And then we have, let's see, 5th place is actually Lucci. So Lucci right here, let's see what he's playing. So right off the bat, I can tell he's playing the hybrid version. So he is playing 4 Tsuru, and he's playing 4 Spandam, 4 Brand New, 4 Fukuro, 4 Tashigi, 4 Khalifa, a lot of 4-ofs in this deck, not a lot of variety. 4 Cruzon, 4 Borsalino, 4 Kumadori, 4 Kaku, 4 Luno, 2 Sakazuki, 2 Isho, and 2 Impact Wave. So about this list, he's playing a heavier CP9 engine for sure. I mean, 4 Kumadoris is a lot, especially without Air Door, but the Blue Nose are can help a lot in just recycling the Kumadoris and just always having a 6k body on the field. And then the thing is, like, Kuzan, like the Kaku probably doesn't get a whole lot of value because the only thing I can minus is Kuzan and Isho, and at most you're gonna kill a 7 cost, which I guess is fair, you know, because I mean, what other cards are higher than 7? I mean, I guess in the yellow matchup that's not great, and you're not gonna be able to kill any of the 10s or the 8s, unless you have like both on the field. So not much value out of the kill cards, especially with Sakazuki. I guess Sakazuki can kill an 8 because he can kill, or wait, no. Sakazuki can kill a 9. Sakazuki can kill a 9 because he kills a 5 or less, and that the Kuzan Don minus is 4, or cost minus is 4. So good list right there. I'm not sure what his matchups were, but I feel like this has a little bit of a harder time into yellow, from what I can see, but maybe not because of all the blockers that he plays, you know, with the blue nose and then the constant recursion. Good job for that 5th place. Very impressive. And then we have a bunch of law lists coming up back to back to back. Let's check out the first one right here. Is he playing the OPO1 Brook? Wow. And then he's playing. Okay, so this is interesting, guys, because I was thinking about this. Sorry, I just got an email. So I was looking at this list, and I think it's very cool because I was thinking of playing a list similar to this, except for I wouldn't be playing restand laws, and it'd be like a more of a big law back from like OPO1 days, right? So let's look at his list first, and then I'll talk about it. So 4 Otama, 3 Makino. I actually cut Makino to 3 as well. I didn't really like it at 4, especially when I wasn't playing Sunny-kun. And then we 4 Chopper, obviously 3 Beige. A lot of people are playing either 3 or 4, so it's pretty standard. 4 Bonnie, 4 Nami, 4 Dodon, 4 Brook, 2 Vista, 2 Robin. This is a good ratio, I think. 3 Zoro. I was also on 3 Zoro. I think 3 Zoro is perfect. 1 OPO1 Brook, which I think is interesting. I'm pretty surprised that he's playing that because it just doesn't feel like it goes with the deck. Like, what exactly are you using it for? I mean, he got what is it, 6th or 7th or something like that, so good job to him. 4 Laws. So he's playing 2 Luffys. I decided to cut Luffy from my list because it just felt like all the big cards kept clogging in my hand, and I was playing Hawkins instead. But 2 Luffys really must have come in clutch for him because, I mean, even at 1, I wasn't finding use for it. So maybe the way he plays this deck is just more reliant on the Luffys, you know, with the restand laws. And I guess if you can keep Luffy on the field with Kid, you know, if it's locked behind the Kid wall, then it's much better. But it just seems very, like, I don't know. I guess maybe the turn you set up Kid at your 10 Don turn, you shambles a green, play Luffy, and then, like, just pass. And then if you don't die, then the next turn you have a lot of extra stuff you can do. You can like double swing Luffy, swing with 9 for Kid. I mean, it seems interesting. So I like the way that plays. And then 2 Red Hawks, which another card that a lot of people are not playing in Law. So this is a very cool list. I like it a lot. The list that I was talking about earlier was instead of the laws, you know, the restand laws, and obviously the OPO1 Brook, is you would play like Hawkins, like 2 Hawkins, and then you'd play like honestly, like you can play film Luffy and then the film Zoro, and that way, you know, it's less susceptible to Fire Fist, and they're all supernovas, so you can search them. And then you also play like the 8-drop Kid, like 1 or 2 of them, and just kind of like almost play like a standard like OPO1 like big law list, except for obviously you have the film cards that can obviously play each other. You know, Bonnie can search for Luffy, and then Luffy can play Zoro or Robin, or, you know, rush Zoro, and it's just a really cool list in my opinion. So big shout out to him right there. Who was that? That was Daniel Hansen. So cool list, buddy. Really cool list. Now let's look at the Doflamingo list. Actually, I want to check that out. It's probably pretty standard. So yeah, pretty standard. So Doflamingo is a really good deck in my opinion. I think it's good into red, which is surprising that I'm sure a lot of Doflamingos played in this tournament. I'm just shocked that all of them, like none of them except for him, made it into the top cut. So we have 4 Kaya, 4 Perona, 4 Doflamingo, 4 Kuma, 4 Boa, 4 Jinbei. So a lot of people are playing 2 or 3. I see he's playing 4. I mean, 4 is good too. It just seems like if you're playing Newgate, this card's kind of dead. But if you're playing a lot of Zoros, which he probably expected to play, then this card's really good. 4 Gecko Maria, 4 Mihawk, 4 of the 4/6 Vanilla Gecko Maria, and then 3 Pacifistas, even though he's playing 4 Kuma, which I don't get. 4 Mihawk, 4 Love, and 3 3000 Worlds. I think 4 Love's a lot. Aren't most people only playing like 2 or 3 maybe? 4 is a lot. In my opinion, I'd probably cut 1 for another Pacifista. That way your Kuma is like almost always live, or you just have another 4/6 and going into Whitebeard. But that's just my opinion. Shout out to the Dofi player right here. And we have a kid list. Let me see how close it is to my list. I played kid at my locals yesterday and got second. List looks similar. He's playing 3 Momo, he's playing 4 Beige, playing 4 Bonnie, 4 Killer, 3 Chopper, which is just like a 2K that, like, if you're playing kid and you want to have extra 2Ks, your only choices are like Carrot, you have Carrot, Chopper, and Beppo. It just, whichever one you prefer, essentially, if you want to play more than 8 2Ks, and only 2 of them can be search, Izo and then Apu. So then he's playing 2 Nekomamushi, which is actually really surprising to me because Nekomamushi going into Zoro is like actually insane. So like in my list, I play 4. And then he plays 4 Apu, 4 Izo, 4 Raizo. I like 4 Raizo as well. Then he's playing Yamato. And I have come around on the Yamato train because I used to say it's way too easy to get fire fisted or jet pistoled, but if they're jet pistoling or fire fisting your Yamato, then they're not killing your Hawkins or your Kid, which is actually your win condition. So there's just a lot of different win conditions in this deck. Like for example, like Hawkins is great into blue and it's great into Whitebeard. Yamato is great into yellow and it's probably also pretty good into red too, depending on if they have the fire fist or not. And then you have the 8-drop Kid, which is also an auto win to blue, and like a couple of like, you know, people like Kuro or something like that. And then 4 Punk Gibsons, which I also agree with. I think Punk Gibson's insane. It rests Marcos, Borsalinos, Fukuros. It rests, you know, opposing blockers when you're trying to go for game. Behind the 8-drop Kid wall, it is literally like they have to go to 13 to even try to break over the wall. And that's pretty much their whole turn right there. If they go another attack, it'll be for like exactly 8. And then you use 1k counter out of it. So solid list. I like 8-drop Kid a lot. I play 3 in my version, but he kind of doubled down on it. I like this list a whole lot. We should have one more, right? We should. Katakuri. Yep. So exactly 30-second Katakuri. We didn't see any top at the regionals and Treasure Cup and Gen Con. So let's see what he's got. Now, obviously, Katakuri is going to look a lot different whenever the structure decks become legal in big tournaments, because then we have access to like cards like Yamato and things like that. So we'll see how that goes. So Katakuri obviously is the leader, and then he's playing 2 Shirahoshi, 4 Struzen, 4 Brule, only 1 Pudding, which I think is absolutely wild. 1 Pudding, 3 of the 2K Puddings, 4 Sanji. I'm sorry. I messed up, guys. So he's playing 4 Pudding, but 3 of them are all arts. Okay, that worried me for a second. Then he's playing the other. He's playing the standard 12 2Ks, and then he's playing 2 Parasparrow or 4 Parasparrow. The alt arts are actually messing me up right here. 4 Cracker, 3 Smoothie, 3 Opera, which I prefer Opera to Baron Tamago because, like, I don't know, Baron Tamago just looks kind of weird to me. And then 3 Linlin, which a lot of people are actually cutting this down to like 1. 2 Katakuri, 4 10-drop Big Moms, 4 Thunderbolt, 1 Sovereignty. So he does not want laws to stay active on the field. I think Thunderbolt's a great card. In my list, before the new structure that came out, I played 3 Thunderbolts and 2 Sovereignty. But yeah, I think Thunderbolt is an underrated card, and I think it's really good and actually really devastating into life sometimes, because it actually can kill, you know, now the new structure deck Yamato, it can kill blocker laws, it can kill Hawkins, it can kill Marco, it kills a lot of really good things. So 4, I think, is actually really could come in clutch, in my opinion. But yeah, that's all I want to talk to you guys about. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.